Hi, my name is Melissa Slocum, and I am a soon-to-be graduate of Bryant and Stratton College with an associate degree in Medical Reimbursement and Coding. For my classes, I did some portfolio projects, and that is what is listed here below. The first class was Learning Communities. This assignment covered the institutional outcome for relational learning by transferring knowledge, skills, and behaviors acquired through formal and informal learning and life experiences to new situations. In this, I did a reflection after we did ACT tests, and we had to learn about the difference between informational reading and leisurely reading. Informational reading, you're reading to learn something new about a topic and how to do something. In leisurely reading, you are reading to take yourself to a new world and for a few minutes forget about the daily grind. The next class is Advanced ICD Diagnostic Coding. This project met the program outcome of analyzing the results of data to ensure medical necessity is met when auditing charts. For this project, I created a training plan for ICD diagnostic coding and included some examples of how different settings should be coded. Included with this was step-by-step instructions of how I came up with the codes that they should be. Next class was Research Writing for the Workplace. In this paper, I wrote about a project that I am working on at my part-time job as Secretary-Treasurer of my township. Past secretaries did not do any retention procedures and kept everything. There were 10 filing cabinets full of past year's documentation, plus at least 10 boxes of previous year's paperwork that would not fit in the filing cabinets. I have been going through those filing cabinets and boxes of old documents and determining if they need to be saved or can be destroyed. For each set of documents, I need to record what it is and put it into an Excel spreadsheet for the supervisors to review to make sure I am not throwing out any paperwork that needs to be saved. For this, I had to look up and find the retention policy that is created through the National Historical Society and go by what they have in there. The next class was Human Disease and Drug Pharmacology. This project helped me grow as an individual by participating with fellow students in social, academic, and professional communities, and was the institutional outcome, community, and career. In this project, every week I would add to a training document that I was creating for new hires at a medical facility. With this one, I also added coding scenarios that I came up with and then showed how to code the situation. The next portfolio project was for research and writing. This project met the institutional outcome of utilizing appropriate current technology and resources to locate and evaluate information needed to accomplish a goal, and then communicate findings in visual, written, and/or oral formats. This essay talks about the remote medical biller and coder position and the pros and cons of the job. While doing the research for this paper, I learned the many different aspects of having a remote billing position and what I would need to do at my house to prepare to have a medical job, like having it in a secure place and make sure I have reliable internet service. The next project was for career development to theory and practice. The institutional outcome that this project covered was using thinking abilities by employing strategies for reflection on learning and practice in order to adjust learning processes for continual improvement. In this project, I created a career plan and set career goals for my future in medical reimbursement and coding. College mathematics, I did an assessment on how to follow established methods of inquiry and mathematical reason to form conclusions and make decisions. This met the quantitative and scientific reasoning institutional outcome. We worked on how to set up what it would cost and how much you would make to purchase a loan and how much you would make in your future job and do your expenses, and then just see if you need to adjust anything. In the clinical documentation class, we met the program outcome that I met with this project was to evaluate the accuracy and completeness of the patient record as defined by policy, external regulations, and standards. This project entailed discussing how to complete an audit of clinical documentation and the steps that must take place. Advanced CPT and HCPCS 2 coding. We did an assessment of abstracting information from medical charts to assign the correct diagnosis from ICD-10, procedure, CPT, and supply HCPCS Level 2 code in a variety of medical situations. With this, I worked with the 3 coding manuals and got a better understanding of how to code from medical charts by completing coding scenarios and explaining why I chose the codes I did. The last class was Evaluation and Management Service. The program outcome that was accomplished with this project was to demonstrate competency and proficiency required for billing and coding operations in outpatient services. This was an assessment which supports my competency to assemble, process, maintain, store, abstract, analyze, index, and retrieve health information data. Thank you for your attention.